Hello, crypto boys and ghouls, and welcome back to the channel, Tales from the Cryptmancer, where we feature content on play-to-earn games on the blockchain, such as Splinterlands. And in today's video, I wanted to talk about a concept that I don't think has been brought up before in the community, and it is the concept of Brawl Mercenaries. Specifically, could you get paid to be in a guild? And right now, what we have is a lot of guilds actively recruiting members to join guilds, participate in guild brawls, and in many cases, as a player, you're being asked to contribute DEC or funds to a guild to basically participate. And that is an interesting concept, and I think that may change in the not so distant future. And let me ask you a couple of questions, and then we'll kind of answer them and see what it could mean. The first question is, could the non-card market that would be released here in the near future allow for guilds to be tokenizable and thus for sale as NFTs in the non-card market in the future? And if so, how much would high-level guilds be worth? In fact, Aggroed has in the past put value of dollars and cents around guilds based on DEC requirements for guild buildings, specifically as an incentive to bring in guilds and DAOs and organizations into the Splinterlands game. For example, when you bought, I think it was $100,000 or more of Chaos Legion, you might have gotten a maximized guild as part of that benefit of joining the game. Now, the value of that guild was such that it wasn't about the SPS that you could earn from that guild necessarily, but more about the buildings and the DEC it would cost to create those levels of buildings. Also, I think it's important to ask how important it would be to have a guild that can participate in brawls at, for example, tier levels 3, 4, or 5 in the future, and have access to earn those limited SPS brawl rewards in the pools that those tiers unlock. Remember also that a limitation to how fast a guild can grow and expand is not necessarily the DEC cost or the whale money that could just buy DEC to upgrade buildings, but it really is more a limitation of guild crowns on the requirements to create or buy those guild buildings with DEC, because those guild crowns can only be earned by doing well in guild brawls. Now, for gold foil brawlers, how many people have collections of gold foil cards that can participate and win in these brawls, or that would want to pay the money to rent the required gold foil cards? And for the higher tier guild arenas, how many players have the legendary or epic gladiator cards or the leveled meta gladiators to win in the most highly competitive guild battles? You know, for all of these reasons, or the answers to the questions that we just talked about, I really think sooner rather than later, guilds and or guild owners, as the case may be, will not be simply recruiting new guild members and asking for DEC donations, but rather I think the pendulum will shift to the most competitive and desirable players and collections actually being pursued actively and earning money to join a guild and lend their strengths to these brawl battles. It wouldn't be unheard of in a competitive game for something like this to happen. It's just that the stakes could be a lot higher here since we're dealing with, crypto and monetary assets freely available in the game. So as a top player, can you imagine earning X amount of SPS per guild brawl paid out by the guild owner in addition to the SPS you could earn from the game itself. And maybe there are common mercenary rates for different levels of players or collections that are commonly accepted, like market rates for renting out a guild brawler. For example, many diamond caliber players that have a competent track record behind them and rent out or either own their own decks, maybe they earn 100 SPS per guild brawl that they join. Or maybe champion level players earn 200 SPS. Maybe gold foil brawlers earn 300 SPS if they're successful. We'll have to see. Again, remember, the number of champion level players or decks within the game are severely limited. Maybe less than 200 of those exist in the game today, for example. The same could be said for gold foil collections. There might be well under 200 players that have the gold foil cards to really be competitive in those brawls. And if there are, let's say, 3 to 5 gold foil brawls per brawl, and let's say there's 50 of the top guilds competing, well, all of a sudden you have more demand than you have supply, and then again, the free market will kick in. I definitely think that this type of change could be coming to the game really sooner than we realize. And this is just one of the many aspects that makes Splinterlands such a great game, because there's continued new ways to enjoy, strategize, earn, and play the game that come our way. It seems to be like on a semi-regular basis these days. You know, if you played, for example, a mobile free-to-play game, it might take months or years to introduce a new game mode into those types of games, and you never receive anything more than entertainment value back from those games, where you might put money into them even though they're free to play. With Splinterlands, though, Splinterlands continues to innovate, and it not just reward your time with entertainment value, but it also seems to reward the time you spend in the game and doing well with more and more crypto-based monetary value and assets, which is great to see. As we conclude this video, I would be remiss if I did not also extend an invite to any of my Splinterlands YouTube audience. If you are looking for a guild to grow with and to battle in the arena and to earn merits, we do have guild spots available for brawlers in the YGG Syndicate. So feel free to drop your IGN here in the comments to this video below. If you're looking to participate in a guild, if you're looking to brawl, we're happy to have you. And it's also part of the extended YGG family here. So there are rewards and benefits to joining the YGG Syndicate. With that being said, let me know what you think of this. Is this the future of brawlers? And what will it mean for guilds in the future? Until next time, keep stacking those stats.